So if anything goes wrong, that's where you point your finger. Tonight's confession comes from Dorset Girl. Simon, Matt, Holly, the fabulous Forgiving Collective. Despite this being a somewhat vintage tale, and one I have often thought about confessing, never got round to it. It's still important, though, to keep some anonymity, please, if that's okay. So I think Dorset Girl is fine. Cast your mind back to the mid-70s. A hot summer on a farm with many tasks to complete, both indoors and out. The garden of the farmhouse was large and rambling. And there was never time for the lawnmower, never any time for any other garden tool to see the light of day. So Dad had readily accepted the genius offer of the loan of a sizable goat to help keep the grass down.
Okay.
This goat went by the surprising name of Billy. Just thought you might like to know that. Anyway, this is the first appearance of a goat in the confession since the notorious Goat Down the Mine confession. But don't ask me to repeat that.
No, we can't do that one anymore.
We don't talk about that anymore.
Because that's actually illegal.
Yeah.
Anyway, different times. So Dorset Girl says, age 15 and the only child still at home, the task list I had to work my way through was endless. And had more than filled the August school holidays, whilst I readily accepted my lot. Although not much thanks ever came my way, I truly appreciated the lovely rural setting that my school friends did not have. But I did, because I lived on the farm with my parents and Billy the goat. However, with only a few days to go before the new term started, enough was enough. I decided this particular day to take my book and transistor radio, to listen to the road show, by the way, and find a hidden spot where Mum could not seek me out, either physically or by yelling. My gran was visiting and was a willing ally, joining in my plan. The problem was, however, that Mum and the goat had taken an instant dislike to each other. Therefore, so that my poor dad could get some peace, the job of moving said goat in its pen around the garden, watering and feeding the thing, had been allocated to me. Not on this day, however. It was my day off. Before settling myself with my book and my transistor radio because of the roadshow, I checked that the goat was not in need of water or food and left it at that. However, when attention was denied, after a while the goat became noisy, and soon enough I heard Mum shouting, "Oi, goat, leave it out," followed by, "Oi, goat, shut it.
Shut it.
Billy, knock it off." And there she was, shouting for me to attend to it, or words to that effect. "Oi, Dorset Girl, where are you?" Gran, true to her word, must have said something, because then I heard Mum loudly muttering about not knowing that I had gone out on my bicycle, so she supposed she had better do the necessary. How could I be so selfish? She wondered out loud so everyone could hear. Well, Father Simon, what came next could only be described as pandemonium, just visible from my hiding place. As Mum approached and gingerly entered the pen, the goat, maybe sensing her weakness, attacked. It knocked the bucket out of her hands, but not satisfied with that, headbutted Mum across the other side of the pen. And while she scrambled up to head out of the pen, the goat pawed the ground and charged, head down. "Take that, you pesky human," it seemed to say. Goat's head met Mum's bottom many times. Now, I'm not going to ask for forgiveness for reneging on my task that day, making my gran laugh until she cried. Always good to have gran support.
Yeah.
Or the sizable number of bruises that my mum sustained, but I am going to request forgiveness from my poor dad, who seems a little bit absent throughout the whole thing. Despite getting his ears boxed for a long time because of this, and clearly working out that the cause of the fuss was down to my plan, aided by Gran, she never gave me away to my mother when the tale was repeatedly mentioned over the years. So I'd like to ask for everyone's forgiveness, please. All the best to you all. Dorset Goat Girl is how it signed. So we say thank you very much to the Dorset Goat Girl, and a beautiful segue. I think,
thought so.
From one piece of music to the other, which impressed Holly on production duties, I can tell.
Yes, absolutely.
So now, goats don't normally make appearances in confession. This is for historical reasons, and the mere appearance of a goat will have made some people very worried. But I feel as though the goat is the star of this particular story. What do you say, Sister Holly?
Billy the goat, yes. Well, I I don't know
Billy the
why.
goat, that's funny, isn't it?
I don't know why he had such a problem and was so picky about, who was feeding him and stuff. That was a bit strange. Also, did lawnmowers not exist in the mid-70s? A serious question I'm asking.
I think he was saying there wasn't enough time for the lawnmower,
Right,
which is why they got a goat.
A single goat, just one. Yes, I felt very sorry for the mother. It all went wrong. It was headbutting her. She got loads of bruises. That didn't sound fun. Not good at all. And so I'm not forgiving the Dorset girl because she should have been there. She should have helped out. She heard her mother, dealing with all this, and she should have helped out.
You would imagine they're pretty nasty bruises. You've been headbutted by a goat in a pen.
Yes.
Anyway,
you imagine.
brother from another gutter.
Well, I'm going to forgive, and here's the reason why. I mean, really, if I learned nothing from the Dr. Dolittle movies, it was never turn your back on a goat, because likely the goat is going to charge at your backside with horns up.
She didn't turn her back. She was going in face
I'm
first.
pretty sure I took it very much that she turned her back on the goat. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. And if we were to go back and delve into the records, that's probably what we would find. And for that reason, I'm going to forgive it. Nature's taking its course with a very needy goat and the mother's backside.
So the goat was just doing what the goat was
absolutely
designed to do.
Quite right.
So it was
yes.
evolution, in fact, is what you're talking about.
in action in the goat with the horns.
Goat bottom, goat it.
Correct. Bottom goat.